everyone, and welcome to the next match, which is of course going to be TeamYP versus Inspector Cabot. We actually have a little bit of a surprise for you today. We're looking at this game. You can see the team names are actually up and above on the top of the screen in like those areas, which is right there and there. You can go ahead and take a look there. We are going into the lobby now. As you can see on the screen, we actually have, for the monster player, we're actually looking at a Goliath being played by Source TV for TeamYP. We're going to this game. It is game one of this side. We're getting started, good to go. And this is going to be, like I said, Inspector Cabot versus TeamYP. We have a Val, Sunny, Griffin, Lennox composition coming up, which is going to be highly aggressive and ready to engage. They're going to be looking to get those boosts up, get those tranks in, get the dome. Poon Trank Dome, as DB would say. We're getting into this now. We're going in, hitting it hot, getting in live, going into the match. Source TV, Goliath versus Hunters of Inspector Cabot. And of course, you can see the names on the bottom side of the screen in regards to which team they're playing for. Of course, Source TV is on the right-hand side, and on the left side for Inspector Cabot, we have MonkeyBot, Thonar, Shady, and Generic. And I need to update the meta, because that's not Tentuki. No, it's going to be Thonar. So let's get that fixed for you. There we go. Perfect. So right now we are looking at a Source playing Frostbitten, and of course we are going with a stealth off the start because he is stealthing. He's going to be going up to the south, looking to get some space. We're looking at this right now. He is getting some space. He's getting a quick Mammoth Bird, getting to sneak it. Now it's going to come into where these Hunter teams go. Just melting through. The only person that's actually getting close to him right now is actually going to be Generic. Generic is getting exceptionally close. He's going to be putting up that sound spike in just a moment. So if he's not in a stealth position, he's going to get spotted. They're looking for him. He's stealthing away. And he did hear him, which means that he is spotted. Pings are coming out. They know where he's going. Source is in a great position. Now let's take a quick look at the perks right now, just since we are about to get into a combat scenario. We have Source going with a damage output on Goliath, which means those rocks, those leaps, those flames are going to hurt a lot more. We have move speed being used by Lennox, which is a good idea to help her be able to get around the map, being able to traverse, get into position, being able to do what she needs to do. We have jetpack recharge, of course, on Griffin, which means he's going to be able to traverse the map and go over these ledges, along with making sure he's in position to make sure he's harpooning whenever it's needed. Quick switch Sunny, which means that she's going to be able to rotate between her mini nuke and her jetpack recharge. And then we have capacity as well on Val, which means she's going to be able to heal and do everything she wants. But let's take a look at what abilities we're looking at for the monster, as we don't see Source playing it that often. We have 1 point leaf smash, 1 point fire breath, and 1 point charge, but we do see that MonkeyBot, however, is getting engaged upon by Source. And they're going in right now, just getting him a little bit low. And he's getting healed up right now by Thonar, so they're going to get melted. Dealing damage, just kind of chipping away at his armor, but he's already back to full. MonkeyBot's already poking him with that cannon. It's getting a little bit of pokes. Here we go. Shooting around. Pew, 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 pew. All day and all night. Got leaf smashes being used. Everything's being burned for traversal. Source is just trying to get some space right now. He's going to go up on the leap, and then he's going to leap forward, and then leap forward again. There it is. And he's just trying to get as much distance as possible. The why you saw him going to a higher elevation is because he wanted to be able to get up there, and that way he could traverse further. So for those of you at home that don't play in the pub ladder, give it a shot, give it a look. You never know. Generic, however, is already catching back up to him as he got boosted by Sunny, getting him right down. So great play by Shady, getting Generic in position. And right now we look at Shady, who's just boosting up the rest of the teams. You notice all three of them are now in front of Shady because of those Sunny boosts, just poking away. You see that anti-air cannon, the auto cannon, being used to just kind of poke away and chip at that armor at about 1 bar missing. And then he's just going to refill that, just slowly filling his armor meter. He's almost out of evolve. He's only 1 meter away. He's just doing what he can, moving around. Now, one thing to note here is that when you look at their positioning, they're using the Assault to flush, and they're pulling him out of this corner so that way he doesn't have the wall here. He's getting shot in the back by the artillery cannon, which means MonkeyBot is on the lawn, which he's just going to get knocked back to the Blitz Leopard, but the Blitz Leopard is actually not looking to do anything with him today. Getting healed up quick by Thonar, getting ready to re-engage, but unfortunately, he's not able to get the down there because Thonar's in position, ready to heal up his teammates. However, that does pull Generic out of position, which means they're going to have to boost Sunny up, and they're at 55, 58, and the monster is just outside the dome. Source is able to get through that, which means he's going to be able to get his space, and he's going to be able to evolve. He saw it behind him, so he knows that he can leap forward and evolve, and just make sure that he's in a safe position, that he doesn't take the extra damage during the evolve. Because when you're in that cocoon state, you take extra damage from the Hunter team if they're able to shoot you during that time. Now, we see that they are in hot pursuit. They're getting a little poked by Reavers and slowed down a little bit, but overall, they're going to be there very shortly. Here comes the Evolve in the caves, so we're going to have to see what Source does differently in this game. He's going to be looking to re-engage, but the question is, does he go with a 3-point rock build, or does he go with a finish leap and get an extra flame breath build, which is something we're starting to see a lot more recently. But no, he's actually going to go 2 rock, 2 fire wrath, which is a nice little middle ground, because you're not committing too heavily to one or the other. You have a nice balance of your abilities. And right now, Generic's Gary coming in right in with the poons, going to be able to make sure that he's getting slowed down, getting boost ahead. Here comes the next one. Rocket's picked up and thrown backwards, hits Generic right in the face, does hit, so he re-engages immediately on it because he did have a favorable position. Charge being used to CC, and here comes the leap punch coming in with the Thunder Strike, and it's going to connect. Here goes a rock going on Generic. Generic's down. There's the first strike. He's going to get his down, and he's going to leave. He got down. He's just barely breaking through on armor. Source is going down and showing a methodical Goliath style here, where you get your strike and you leave. You don't stick around. You don't try and go for the win. You just get your strike and you leave. There's no reason to stay around anymore. There's no reason to give them any more health. Get that cash value strike, because it will cost you no HP, maybe a sliver. That's all it was, really. So he's going down to the waterfront right now. He's going to the helipad, just going to finish eating and get some more armor. But we're starting to see more of these auto cannons being used. All the shots are being fired, and Goliath is still on the run. Source is doing what he can to survive. Shady, however, is in the back, boosting everyone forward, throwing down the shield drone when he can, just in case he gets re-engaged on, which is always a good idea. It doesn't cost you anything. There's no cooldown on it. Just keep throwing out the shield drones, which is what we're seeing right here. It's like mines when you're Markov and you're running around. You just toss them down. It doesn't really matter. Unless you have a specific spot you want to protect. If you have nothing in mind, there's no real reason. Generic, however, getting leaped on, getting rocks thrown, everything's being done on, gets boosted out of the way by Shady. Shady's doing what he can. Generic's getting healed up and is on the run from this Goliath, and he's just trying to survive. Oh man, Source is going for the revive, doesn't quite able to get it. The beams are coming out though, just trying to keep Generic alive. Generic is getting leaped, rocked, thrown, ragdolled, everything's being done to get Generic and try and keep him alive. Flame Breath being used by Source is going to be trying to melt everything that he can. More of these abilities being used to combo down. Here comes a leap, going to be hitting the side of the wall. Connects on Generic. Generic's almost down to dead sliver. Rocket's picked up, gets blocked by the pillar. And Lennox, however, dealing tons of damage in the back, just coming right on through. Monkeybot just melting through. Even the Armadon joining in on the fun. Here comes a leap, connects on 2. Melting through, hits Generic, and we get a finish on Shady. Gets knocked down, rock like a hurricane in the background, and gets put down into the ground. And right now we have Monkeybot just melting away through the armor. Armor's gone. It's just on health right now. Generic on the high ground, throwing down the poons, trying to get him off Monkeybot. Monkeybot's dealing damage. However, the shield comes in at the last second. Going to be able to keep him alive. Generic's on the high ground, going to get knocked down by Source. Doesn't know what to do at this point. Thonar's right now, right next to the course, is trying to heal it as much as he can. Going to get blocked by Monkey, though, with the rock. Monkeybot coming in with a rock block. Going to be looking to get pick up, and we're about to see Lennox go down as Lennox does just barely get healed up by Val. Going to be able to keep her up, but it's not quite enough. Down goes Monkeybot, but in the meantime, Shady gets picked up, which means Thonar's going to be looking for the range revive. Rocket's picked up and thrown at Generic. Generic's on his second strike now as he gets put back on the ground. And it's just Shady, Monkeybot, and Generic with strikes because Thonar is slowly surviving, just barely by the skin of his teeth. They're going to be picking up Generic right now, so they're going to be using the med gun because he was almost full. They're going to be going all the way through with it. They did get through almost all of his health pool, though. He's only down to 4 bars of health. They're going through this right now, and we see that we have a Tyrant being eaten up. Everything's being snacked on, and they're just trying to do everything you can. Cat's going crazy in the background, but we're looking at this right now. We're looking at not just 1, not 2, but 4 strikes in total being given to the Hunter team in that last engagement for 4 bars of armor. If Source is it, a little bit of indigestion there. If Source is able to get the stage 3, he'll have a good chunk of armor, and he'll be able to get it, which means that these strikes are going to hurt in regards to the stage 3 fight if it gets to that point. But Source is trying to make sure it doesn't. And he's going back, reinitiating a Monkeybot. However, he's quickly healed up by Thonar, who's in a great position to heal him from the low ground. Autocannon's coming in, poking him in the back, dealing damage. Everything's being done, and Source is just leaping everywhere, and the monster dodges the second dome this game. Half-second domes are not enough to catch Source TV on Goliath, as he is now more mobile. He's used to the Kraken play. He's doing everything he can to try and survive, and with Kraken, your traversal gives you flight, but you don't get as far, and now he's seeing Goliath in the mobility, and I'm sure he's just showing his dominating experience in regards to leaping and map traversal, as we see him going on the low ground, looking to evolve up to stage 3. We'll see what he built. I'm going to guess he's going to finish leap and rock for his stage 3. So he's going to 1 point there, and he's going to put his 2 points there. We'll have to see what he does, though. Monkeybot, however, is still currently hit. Whoa, we're actually doing a Flame Breath, 3 Flame Breath build with 3 Rock as opposed to a finished leap. So it means that he's not really all that worried about hitting the leap AoE. He's looking to get it re-engaged upon with the Flame and making sure that he's just slowly burning down this Hunter team because they can't do AoE heals. So he's going to be trying to split it up between the 3 while the Medic's trying to heal everyone. Val, unlike Road Val, does not have the ability to heal teammates as well. So she's going to have problems being able to make sure that everyone is at full health if he's going to be splitting his Flame Breath across all 3 of her allies. It is 4v1, but if your medic specializes as 1 person healing and you spread the damage, it's going to hurt. Might take you a little longer, but it's definitely a more methodical stance on it. So just to review, we're now at a stage 3 fight. We have perks being displayed on the screen. We have damage output on source, which means that 3-point flame is going to hurt a lot. And we're looking at 3-point rock. Again, that is 1 painful rock to the face, which means that the next fight is either going to go really quick or it's going to be really long and drawn out. Because remember, they do have Sunny, so they can be able to dodge those rocks and block them as they see fit. So the rocks aren't as critical of a factor as that Flame Breath choice. That Flame Breath choice does actually mean that Sunny's going to have problems making sure that no one takes damage. Val's going to be looking to get some heals. Here comes the Thunder Child. Doesn't quite get in, though. Source is on the high ground, going straight for Generic. Wants to put that Trapper straight in the dropship because he does have 2 strike. Rocket he picked up does go after Thonar, does connect. Bringing him down to about half HP. Generic in the background, though, slowing him down and stopping him from getting to Thonar. Monkeybot punching him in the back, dealing damage through 3 bars of armor right now. Generic is on the high ground, going to get boosted around by Shady. Shady's going around, and the real Slim Shady's knocking Generic all the way up to the high ground, just making sure he stays up. Monkeybot dealing damage, punching left, right, and center. Rocket's picked up and thrown and quickly melted down before the shield comes out, and Monkeybot does get it hit in the face right before he can do anything. Mini Nuke going to be able to free Generic as he's going to get quickly boosted. We have Lennox just now picked up by a range pickup from the medic. Here comes the leap, connects on Shady. Shady getting knocked out. Leap gets picked, Rocket's picked up, thrown backwards at Generic. Generic's on the high ground, needs to get healed up quick as he's looking to survive that flame, but it's not quite enough. Through the fire and the flames, he was knocked into the dropship. He's getting the leap going down. Does connect on Thonar. Thonar having to use his heal burst, which means Monkeybot's going to eat that rock to the face, and down he goes. Only the shield drone left with the medic and support. So we have a Sunny and a Val right now on the run, but Val is gone, which means that it is just Sunny who's going to be burning her cloak as soon as possible to try and survive through this. And she's on the run from Source TV. Source is quickly trying to do what he can, and he's looking for the stealth mounts. Does get it, which means a Monster wins game 1, putting this side to a 1-0 lead in favor of Source TV. On Goliath, of all things. So when we look at the course of the game, we look at the damage done. We had AK health damage done by the Hunter team. We look at their health pulls, and it was just quick flat lines, which means that Source TV was relying on burst damage in order to be able to get through this Hunter team. There wasn't any slow depreciation. Like right here, you saw it a little bit, or like here you saw the slow arch of heal, but mostly it was just combat fall. Like that's just when he got hit by an ability, just completely deteriorated their health pool. We'll have to see what they do in the game number 2 that changes it up. But for those of you watching in the VODs, this is where we do a quick fade out for you guys, and for those of you watching live, this is where we say, hey, we'll be back in just a minute, and we'll continue talking and let you guys know what's up. In the meantime, guys, keep being awesome. We'll be back in just a moment.